friends. First of all, let me apologize for arriving a few minutes late, but it is a great privilege and a pleasure for me to thank you, sir, for what I thought was an extremely important and impressive presentation on the risks and the dangers that exist in your part of the world. In our country, it has not been easy to make our citizens understand that instabilities and risks of conflict in other parts of the world affect our own security directly. The current refugee crisis is an important lesson for many here in Europe who thought that we could look the other way as the tragedy of Syria unfolded. And I personally have thought for many years that what happens in the Far East, what happens in East Asia, what happens in your part of the world is of course of direct consequence also to our own security. One only needs to look at our export, our trade and investment numbers to understand that. So thank you very much for making this extremely important point. And it is, as you said, of course also an extremely important point regarding the future of the international non-proliferation regime. After the success of last year, when it was possible to reach an agreement with Iran, it is really bad news. Bad news is not a strong enough word to express the potential negative effects of the recent actions by North Korea, which you so eloquently presented. So thank you very much again. And I want to really thank the organizers, the Deutsche, Atlantische Gesellschaft, Free State of Bavaria, for organizing this really interesting event with, as I see, a full house. I must say I'm really deeply indebted to such bodies as the Atlantische Gesellschaft and many others who have decided to organize specialized discussion events around the Munich Security Conference, thereby enriching our program and offering so many additional speaking and discussion opportunities for a large number of participants from practically all parts of the world. Your Excellency, we will have on Saturday afternoon in the main program of the conference also a discussion about the security situation in the Far East, and I hope that you will decide to participate and raise your voice also in that part of our main program. We need the South Korean viewpoint. We will have, among others, Kevin Rudd, the former Prime Minister of Australia. We will have the Defense Minister of Singapore, and of course, Mrs. Fu Ying of China to speak. So you're most welcome to join us there and share the podium with the other speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only tell you that I am a bit overwhelmed to conclude my brief remarks here. I'm a bit overwhelmed. If you think, those of you who participated in last year's Munich Security Conference, you will remember that it was a pretty crowded event. This year it will be much worse. I was not capable of saying no to so many who wanted to participate, that this year we will have, I think, 100 more participants than last year. So if you want to find a seat in the Feierscherhof ballroom beginning tomorrow afternoon, be there early. It will be very, very crowded. But this is, of course, and this is what I wanted to conclude with, this is, of course, not just a sign that Munich and the Free State of Bavaria are an attractive place to visit. It is also a sign of the tremendous concerns that the international security community shares at this moment about the state of the world. Not only within Europe, but in the Middle East, and as we just heard, also in East Asia. So I'm not really surprised that the number of people who wanted to participate and the number of people who wanted to speak during the next 2 or 3 days here at the Munich Security Conference is staggeringly high, and we try very hard to accommodate all those who wanted to come and speak. Thank you very much for your attention, and I don't want to stand now between you, the audience, and what promises to be a very interesting panel discussion between renowned experts. Thank you again for your patience and your attention.